Welcome everybody to another YouTube Hangout. Super excited to be here with you guys. I have a new friend with me, Filomena Day. She has a website called Better Days, and we're going to talk about how to empower others with the YouTube channel. And she's getting her channel started, wanted to interview me. I said, yes, let's do it. Let's put it up here as well so you guys can benefit in my audience. So Filomena, welcome aboard.
Thank you. I am so excited to be here. You have no idea. I've been anticipating this day. We've had to reschedule a couple of times, but I'm very happy that you've made this opportunity to meet with me. I know you're very, very busy, so I want to be able to say this is a conversation that would be important to other people as well as myself. Specifically, how do your videos empower? How do you think they empower other people, your subscribers, your viewers, the readers of your great book, The One Word? Tell me a little bit about how you think you're empowering other people.
I think there's two main ways, and it's also how I do it myself. Like, my videos are made to empower me as much as it is to empower others. It's a selfish pursuit for myself that I'm glad I'm able to share, and it's able to help others. So the two ways are, one, just motivation. It's hard being an entrepreneur, trying to wake up, chase your dreams, do your thing. I know you've probably seen it day in and day out over your career in coaching people, and just seeing how other people are doing their thing, and often came from worse circumstances than where you are right now, and seeing them be able to do it, at least for me, gives me the feeling like I can do it too. And so often we can get trapped in our environment and circumstances and the people around us, and feel like this isn't going to happen, and you're putting in work and you're just not seeing results. And being surrounded by people who are off doing amazing things in their lives and in their careers just gives some extra motivation to feel like, okay, one more day, like I can do it one more day. I'm gonna work today. I'm gonna get this thing happening. So the motivation, inspiration side is definitely there. The second thing for me is just the ideas, seeing exactly what they're doing. I'm a big believer in modeling success. It saved my business when I was 19 years old in my first real company. And any problem that you're facing, somebody has figured it out. I mean, it's why people hire a coach. It's like, hey, you've been through this. You've seen things, you know the ropes. And I'm a believer that success leaves clues. And whatever problem that is in front of you, there's an answer out there that somebody's already taken that path, and you don't need to figure out everything for yourself. And so every time I study a new successful person that we make a video on, I learned something from them that I want to try to apply somehow in my life for my business. And so all the videos that I make are still seen through me. I review them before they go live. I'm involved in a kind of research process too. And if I don't like it, if I haven't learned something from it, we don't publish it. And so those two things, getting motivation and inspiration to want to push harder and chase those dreams of yours, and then specific ideas on what you can actually do to execute.
That's awesome. Thank you. And I appreciate the standards that you've lived up to as well. You're practicing it yourself, I can tell. I have a note here to ask you about this, and now I see it on your shirt. So thank you. That's a great prop. What is it about that paper airplane? How is that connecting to every single one of your, it's like branding, every single one of your video title pages show that, and there's a little tree sometimes. Tell me about that, because I love the way you're thinking, your connections, your thoughts are awesome.
So I think it all starts with self-awareness, understanding what your main core value is. That's the topic of my book, Your One Word, and mine is believe. And when you figure that out, then you can bring that to everything that you do in your life and in your business. And so getting down to the nuts and bolts of, okay, I need a logo. It's something that everybody has to go through if you're going to be an entrepreneur. What is a logo? And a logo should be a visual representation of what you believe. You want a powerful logo. You want to make people see your logo and feel something. If you can't do that, then you don't have a great logo. And it should start off by making you feel something. And so mine is a paper airplane because I believe in entrepreneurship as being a path to something greater, as soaring to new heights and taking off and going off and achieving our dreams. But it's paper because we don't have a lot of resources, because we have to be resourceful. It's not a fighter jet, multi-million-dollar plane taking off. It's a paper airplane. and gets tattered and bruised and ripped a little bit, but we still keep going to try to fly. If you bring that to my videos, if you've watched any kind of the intro extras of the videos, you see the paper airplane flying across the screen. And again, thinking through, how do we make this believe? How do we filter it through my one word? And the first version of the airplane sounded like a crop duster going over. And so there's like this crop duster. And I was like, that's good, but it's not believe. Like that sound isn't believe. How do we make it more believe? And so we had it sound like a jet plane. So it's this paper airplane taking off, and then it sounds like a jet, which I felt was more believe, but I still felt something was missing. And the missing piece was at the end, it breaks a sound barrier. So it has this boom. So it's like zoom, and then it explodes at the end. So it's like this paper airplane taking off, but it sounds like a jet plane, and it breaks a sound barrier. And all of that together is belief. It's a visual representation of what I firmly believe in. And so before I had my one word, I didn't really know what I wanted to do as a logo. I had something up there. I had an airplane version, but I think when you have the self-awareness, understand what you stand for, then that filters through everything that you create, and makes it a lot more powerful. So that's why I have a paper airplane for me.
Thank you. And I noticed that, number one, because I have a wanderlust ever since I was 2.5 years old and came to this country with my mother and older sister and brother. My father was already here in America. I have always been flying with dreams and just flying back and forth, actually 5 times. And now, of all the things that I've attracted in my life, I attract someone who loves to fly and is a flight instructor. And because I really believe in the power of faith, my one word really is faith. I had the faith that Providence would attract someone to me that would understand and be a witness to my life. And here he is, a flight instructor, U.S. Air Force flight instructor, whose grandmother's name was Filomena.
Wow.
And so was mine. So after all of these signs that I finally said, okay, enough signs, universe, I really do believe I'm in the right place, and just keep flying on. So I noticed that logo, and I wanted to understand your thought process to bring it together, because they're great stories. They really are, to see how people are thinking about future and how it's connecting to them and how you live through your videos. They're always going to be alive.
Yeah,
How many videos? Wow. What is it, 8 years now? Oh, no. Is it 9 years? 9 years. November 10th, you started on your YouTube channel. That's fabulous. Fabulous. I mean, incredible.
Yeah, I don't know how long it's been, something like that, I guess. I wasn't all serious at the beginning either. I think, like anything, when you first get your Facebook account or your first website, there's not a lot of content that you put up. You kind of just hold on to it, and then at some point you decide to go serious with it. I don't really look back too much. I don't really know when I started or any of that stuff. I'm just trying to go on and create something better. But I think in terms of a logo too, you want to create something that you are proud of, that you look at. You're like, I love wearing this. Yeah, yes. I feel like Batman, Superman, putting on my uniform to go do something amazing, make the world better. And some people may look at it and say that's stupid, or they don't like it, and that's fine. But I think you need to be proud of what you make. You need to proudly want to wear it and share it, and it should inspire other people as well.
Well, it is inspiring. And I also want to say that according to Steve Jobs, it's so much less work if you have one less decision to make and really put your energy into moving your message out there versus wondering, what am I wearing? Who's going to like it? It doesn't matter. So thank you for going on with that. The things that I resonate more with you is, another one of the things I resonate more with you is how you're putting together your videos so that there's a top 10. I mean, you've got your once a month shows with Steve Kelly. How do you decide what your next project will be? There's only so many days in the week. I mean, what are you, how do you want to put it all together and sum it up so that here's your week, a wonderful, powerful week? What does that look like for you?
So a lot of it starts with me just figuring out, what do I need? What do I want? What do I want to learn more from? What am I missing? Not all the series work too. You know, you've mentioned a few that have been really successful. We've had even more that haven't been successful that we've killed off and moved on to other things.
Yeah, next.
The top 10 started, you know, a big reason was I wanted to be around more successful people. I wanted that to be part of my daily ritual. I wanted to hang around these people. And, you know, I can't meet Steve Jobs. I can't meet a lot of these people who've passed on. And so this is the best way. And I could sit and watch 12 hours of Elon Musk videos and get 20 minutes of really gold from it. But I'd rather just watch the 20 minutes of gold and not have to sit through the other 12 hours.
Me too.
And so nobody else put it together. And so, you know, as an entrepreneur, you see a problem, you solve it. And so that started from me wanting to have more success kind of around me to push me to do more. You know, as much as I may think I'm doing a great job and I'm having a big impact, I then sit down and watch Elon Musk talking about his vision. I'm like, man, I'm doing nothing. I got to up my game.
Stop comparing yourself. That's the tough part. Remember, that's one of those rules. Stop comparing yourself.
Well, I think it depends on how you use it. I think you can either kick yourself forward or kick yourself down. Right? I think most people kick themselves down. They see Elon Musk doing great things, like, I can never do that. And so they just get into the negative place. I use all of this as a kick forward. Like, I know I could be doing better. I know I haven't reached my potential. I'm insanely proud and happy with everything I've done, and know that I'm just starting. I've done nothing. And so I use that as a kick forward to say, listen, I got to up my game. So that was, you know, that was one of the series that took off and did well. The Ent Vibe series was one that's had success, where it's productivity music. So it's totally different than typical entrepreneur stuff. But I figured, hey, I need something to listen to during the day that helps me be productive. And there's a lot of science that shows what allows you to be productive. And so we figured it out, and we make productivity music playlists that I listen to while I work, and I shared it, and other people like it too. And so a lot of it starts from me having a pain or a need or wanting to learn a certain thing. Some of the ideas come from my audience. I'm fortunate to have now lots of people who want to give feedback and suggestions. A lot of the top 10s come from people. Most of our top 10s come from the audience. People I've never heard of. You know, a lot of these people, this is the first time I've ever heard of who this actor was or politician was, or especially the people overseas that I had no idea what they were doing.
How would you? Right.
And so I've been fortunate that my audience has introduced me to a lot of people. I think to have success in business, you need to combine what you love with what there's a market for. If you only have one, you fail. You know, if you have something that you love but nobody wants, you have a hobby, which can be very fulfilling, but it's just a hobby. And if you're only doing something for the market but you don't have a passion for it, you're going to lose. And so you have to have both, the passion and the market. And so I listen to my audience. We don't always do what the audience wants, because I may not like it. And if I don't like it, I don't do it. And I also do things that I like that the audience doesn't like. And so we end up killing it. And it was a fun exercise for me. And so having that combination is really important, I think.
Yes, and staying true to yourself and standing for something. Otherwise, as they say, you'll fall for anything. So your core belief is in your potential. I see that a lot with clients who struggle with the self-confidence. And part of what I've done in the past is to help people put their 4 critical pieces together, and that is self-concept, great energy, competencies, and support system. You seem to have put that together really well, because you have a strong self-concept, lots of great energy. I don't know how many people are on your team, your dream team, but it's great to hear that you have a good support system. Your subscribers telling you what they like to see, and you're staying with you're true to yourself. You're staying with your thoughts, what you like, what you don't like. What is your next big challenge and dream? What's your next dream then? You're flying toward.
You know, like my big goal is to help 1 billion entrepreneurs. That's my life mission. That's what I'm trying. That's what I'm working towards. I believe entrepreneurs will solve all the world's major problems. I don't think it's the government. I don't think it's the president. I don't think it's big corporations. I think it's us. We're the ones who will solve all. We always have been, and we always will be the ones who solve all the major problems. And so if I can have a tiny little impact on 1 billion people doing great things, that's a powerful legacy that I'm excited to be proud of. You know, I can't do a lot of things. I can't solve cancer. I can't do a lot of things, but I can help empower the person who wants to go and solve cancer. I can do that. And so if I could do that on a small scale, if I could be like a 0.5% impact on people who then go off and do amazing things, that's kind of what I want to do. That's kind of the big long-term picture. In terms of next projects, what I'm working on, I don't really have a 3 or 5 year goal. As soon as I set something that I wish I could do in 5 years, I just do it. I just start. Right. So I have some shorter term goals, like I want to hit 1 million YouTube subscribers this year. We're on our path to do that. Yeah, fingers crossed. We're on our way. We're almost at 900K, so we've got a little bit more time to go. I'm working on my next book. It's coming out hopefully early December, which is the top 10 rules for success, taking the 50 most popular people from the channel and condensing the rules down to 2 rules per page, and then analyzing what are the 10 most common lessons that come up over and over and over and over again. And so I'm working on that. And then beyond that, I don't know. I mean, I'll finish those projects and I'll see where I'm pulled. I still love doing YouTube, which is great. And so I'll keep doing it for now. If I grow tired of it, or it just feels like a job, or I've lost my passion, then I'll move on to something else. And that's where it's important that I still like every series that's going up. I still review it. If it felt like I'm doing it just for the audience and not for me, then it becomes a job.
Pointless,
and, yeah, and I don't want to do it anymore. So.
Right. Well, it sounds great. I often give some field work for my clients in what 3 things they can do today to keep inspired. It sounds like you have a, I call it a dish. You already have a daily inspirational success habit, and that is to keep yourself motivated, watching those videos over and over. You also, I don't want to bring your family into it unless you want to, but you also have a son. What would you say to empower your son about what he would like to do with his life? How would you do that?
So, you know, I don't preach parenting advice on my channel. I don't pretend to be an expert, although I am a father. Listen, I learned a lot from my parents. They're on the wall behind me. Believe came from them. There's a picture of me when I was 7 or 8 years old. My son is 8 years old, so that's about me at the age that my son is at right now. And I think my parents did a great job in raising me. They believe came from them. They always taught me I'm Evan Castrilli Carmichael. I could do whatever I want in the world. And that was powerful. And there's a ritual that my son and I do every time we connect, whether it's picking up from school or he's going to bed or whatever it is. And that's that Carmichaels can do anything. And we'll say, I'm Hayden Carmichael and I can do anything. And I think just teaching kids self-confidence and allowing them to believe. I mean, everything you're going to get from me is through the lens of believe. So you take that with a grain of salt. You know, I believe people need more believe, including kids, including my own son. And so having him believe in himself to then pursue whatever he wants. You know, as a kid, I was really into sports. I played all the sports. I was super athletic and could pick up things really quickly. My son doesn't like sports. You know, we took him to baseball, we took him to swimming, we took him to a bunch of things, and it's not his thing. And so he seems to like acting and art stuff. And so that's hard for me because I don't resonate with acting and dress up and all that, but it's for him, right? And so I think one of the great things that my parents taught me was they didn't try to impose their view of the world onto us and what we needed to go out and do. And so I have 2 sisters and I'm the middle child, and we're all doing very different, totally crazy things. And, you know, if my son wants to be an entrepreneur, that's great. If he wants to go off and be an actor, that's great. If he wants to, you know, do something else, that's great. Just, I don't care what he does, as long as he's doing something and he's passionate about it and working hard towards achieving that goal.
It's something else we have in common. I'm a middle child as well. So when I think about faith, faith is confidelity, is confidence. Fidelity. With faith, you do move forward. And that's sort of resonating with the word believe as well. Sometimes people have a hard time believing in themselves. What is the one thing they can start doing do you think that themselves? And the second part of that is courage and confidence are almost side by side with each other. There are times when I've had confidence, but not the courage to pursue what I'm confident I could do. What is that one thing that you would tell someone that says, go ahead, go get that confidence? How do you start? Where do you start?
So I think the starting point is going to be knowing yourself. It's the self-awareness. So for you, it's faith. For me, it's believe. For somebody else, it's something else. I don't pretend like everybody has to be about believe, but you got to find the thing that you stand for, whatever that is. And so for you, it's faith. You're going to feel really confident when you feel faith in your bones, and however that breaks down, whatever faith means to you in your business, in your life. And so we've all had these moments of boldness and courageousness and confidence, words that you've used, but it's not consistent. They're often fleeting, and people may watch one of your interviews, or they may do a coaching session with you, or read a book, or watch one of my videos, and they may feel super empowered, and they're off firing. You know, I'm motivated. I'm killing it. Yeah, today's the day I'm going to go do it. And they go and they do something, and then you wake up the next day and it's like, where did it go? What happened? Why am I not feeling it anymore? What happened to the energy I had yesterday? And at least that's me. I find that that's for myself, that I can get feeling believe really quickly, and I can have that lead into an amazing day. But then I wake up the next day and I'm like, what happened? Where was that bold Evan that I was yesterday? And so I think we've all had these moments. We've all had these moments where we felt alive and unstoppable on top of the world. And so if you understand, one, to have the self-awareness and know what your most important core value is, and then two, you can reverse engineer what made you feel alive. So if watching that video or reading that book or talking to that person or whatever, like hugging your dog in the morning with the sun, like whatever it is.
How did you know I have my dog? It's her birthday today.
Oh, hold on. I've got mine here too. We've got Timo. They're almost the same size. They look pretty similar.
She's a cockapoo. She's 8 years old today.
Though, but...
She's 8 years old today.
Anyway, he wasn't too happy. I pulled him out. Yes, I know. He's not happy with me. He was sleeping in the sun, and I pulled him out for this. Anyway,
yes.
Like whatever the thing is that makes you feel that feeling, right? No judgment. Just put that into your daily routine, whether you call it dish or whatever it is. Find the thing that makes you feel that boldness, and then start your day with it. So instead of randomly coming across some YouTube interview and that happens to be the thing that sets you up for that day, do that thing every day. Start your day with it. If you knew what caused you to feel faith, like in here, powerfully, you feel confident and bold when you have that sense of self. And so if you knew what triggered that, and then you put that into your morning routine, and that sets you up for a faith-filled day the entire day, if you did that every day for the next year, it'd be insane. It'd be crazy what your life wouldn't look anywhere close to what it looks like right now. And so I try to encourage people to do that. So you need to understand this, have the self-awareness to figure it out, and then two, figure out what triggers those moments, and then three, put that to start your day every day. Makes a world of difference. I think if you want to feel confident, then I think you can get some benefit from reading, 5 Steps to Being Confident. I think you'll get a lot more by being around confident people and watching them being confident. I've gained a lot of confidence from watching my own videos, even though none of them are really talking. It's not Elon Musk saying, here are the 8 ways that I'm confident, but by watching him and being around him, it seeps into you. If you're around successful people constantly, their mindsets, their belief systems, the way they operate, the way they think starts to seep into you for you to hopefully become the best version of you, not to be the next Steve Jobs, but be the best you.
Right. You resonate with them, and there's a connection of energy, great energy I get. And the daily inspired success habits that a lot of times I start my clients on is just do one physical thing, that making your bed, something that you can count on yourself doing and feeling one little accomplishment, something you can do versus something you can't do. I have also known about this brain entrainment. I start a day with, my initials are FTD. So I start a day with counting backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. and helping my thought patterns start from 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, or today, FTD, I will feel positive. I will think something positive. I will do, and you fill in that with something positive that you can do, that you can feel, knowing that your feelings are so connected. Joy is connected with performance and productivity. How are you more productive today than you were, say, yesterday? What did you do today already that you feel more productive?
Yeah, and I think the morning routine, I would say even starts before. I think it starts with not hitting the snooze button.
Yes.
I think most people wake up and they hit the snooze button. Like, think about it. You've told yourself, I want to wake up at 7 o'clock. I've set a goal for myself that I'm going to wake up at 7 o'clock. And so you set your alarm, and the alarm goes out at 7 o'clock. And what do? You hit the snooze button. Like, you've just started your day by letting yourself down. That's how most people start the day. They start the day by letting themselves down on a goal they said that they were going to do. So it starts with, like, talk about one little accomplishment. Just get up when you said you were going to get up. Like, that's an accomplishment. Congratulations. You got out of bed at 7 o'clock like you said you were going to do. And so whatever you need to do, like put the clock on the other side of the room, or get one of those that like bounce around the room and you got to turn it off, or just develop the self-discipline to get up. Get up when you say you're going to get up. Start the day by accomplishing a little goal that you said you were going to do. I think that's important. I think you hit the snooze button, you're starting your day by snoozing on life, and that's not the good way to get going. For me, I like putting on a song. So I get up and then I'll put on music. And music that makes me dance, music that makes me want to move. And so there's no one perfect song that everybody needs to put on, and that's the thing that's going to get you on fire. You know, maybe you like Metallica, maybe you like Kanye West, or maybe you like the Beatles. Like, it doesn't matter. Put the thing on that you love doing. People wanted access to my playlist, and I gave them access to my playlist. But it's like, it doesn't matter. My playlist is me. You may hate 3/4 of the songs. Don't copy my playlist. Make your own play. You know what songs get you moving, right? Like, if it's salsa or whatever it is, like, put those songs on, and that's what's gonna. You want to be moving. You want to get fired up in the morning. But then again, moving on to the next steps. Whether, for me, it's watching. It could be watching a video. For someone else, it could be meditating. For someone else, it could be just thinking about your grandfather. Like, whatever the thing is, it doesn't matter. Just make it consistent in your morning routine so that it gets you set up for a great day. Most people don't intentionally plan their morning. They fall out of the bed and then they rush to the next thing that they have to do. So intentionally plan it so that you're setting yourself up for a great day.
So another thing we have in common, for 20 years, my daughter's 28 now. So when she was 8 years old, I started living with timers. So I don't have to be concerned about what time is it. I schedule things that I want to do. And when I don't want to continue that, I have a choice as to whether to continue to listen to my timer, or yes, I have a few more minutes, I'm going to finish what I'm doing. So I love that suggestion too, about moving yourself through time and getting connected with a previous thought or your grandfather or whatever. Just keep moving forward. And that again is your little airplane moving forward. You don't see them going backwards. So thank you very much for your time today. Evan, it's gone by so fast and I've had such a great time. Let's connect again in the future if you don't mind. I'll talk to Sandra and we'll connect again, see how things going. I loved my time with you, and I'm sure my subscribers and your subscribers will, and my viewers will as well. Thank you.
I'm looking forward to it. Thank you for the great questions, and good luck on your channel.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Ciao for now.
Ciao.
Thanks.